Warning, I swear a lot.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's been a while. It has been a while. But we're back, and we're going to start by opening
a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
this stupid door, provided this key even actually works. This might not be the workshop at all.
The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages. No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
That could have valuable things in it. I like valuable things. This is a room full of things. Hello, it's a pinball machine. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. I don't know how to say all of the things in this game, and it's been a while. This pinball is White's Diora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger across the dust of the White Diora machine. I've never really been big on pinball, but sure.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
So what's White Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Kim hates pinball.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. What about the other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? Want to play that?
No.
How about we fire one of them up?
You can't fire them up. They're broken.
Not with that
Only
attitude.
that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
He looks away.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Think. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
What? Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka Kimball.
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them. What have we stumbled into?
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
You don't really seem to like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science fiction, and historic romance franchise.
But
It is lame.
then why are you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How?
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop.
Okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion.
Ugh.
I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide.
He shudders as he recounts this.
End of story.
End of story. You were a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
You were a juvie cop for 15 years? Something here doesn't seem right.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Wait, so that's why you didn't talk to Kuno. It didn't occur to me that he never really spoke to Kuno.
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
He nods, but I've done such a poor job of it up till now. In fact, I've offered to go get him speed. Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too. Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the whirling.
Yes, the secret path. Yes. A note, MB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. What's this? $5, straight up. Now, we have a point. I could put this into electrochemistry to help fix my face. Or I could put it into volition to try and learn more about Clausier, trying to remember her name, was trying to tell us, or, you know, because she was confused when we told her that, Laedy had been shot. This does feel more important than my face. Fuck it, let's do this first. It's more important. The case, as much as we want to fix ourselves, the case is the most important thing, is it not?
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Why? Hey, Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
You've played it?
A little.
A little bit.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
I'm sure. Let's have a look. I'm pulling it.
Ah, great.
Lieutenant sighs.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated.
Okay.
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
If this is an interfacing challenge, then give me a minute. Right, because there are things I can do about this. Or at least there's one thing I can do about this. Yes, interfacing. We need to do it for reals. I bet it's not even going to be an interfacing check at all. It's just going to be something different entirely. It just used that to trick me. But, you know, we'll find out.
Over there, in the corner.
Pinball machine.
Any pinball machine.
Take a closer look.
Ah, great.
Cornelius, get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
How? I can't imagine it'd be easier to play pinball with fucking gardening gloves, but sure, let's read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Sure, let's inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
This sounds very elaborate for pinball.
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain.
Okay.
Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
So what's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Okay. Alright, let's do this. Don't make me play pinball, I'm shit at it.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
He acts like he doesn't care, but he's actually interested.
Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What kind of guy was he?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
And I'm going to use very big quotation marks here with my fingers. Gentleman explorer. Yeah, we're very familiar with them around here. A racist mountaineer.
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
I am not a hunting kind of person. That is not cool.
He also hit his wife.
Oh, God.
And kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Hateful little man indeed.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3.
Because I'm an absolute unit.
Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Alright, it's go time. Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
Success.
Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass.
Oh?
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
This is a bit ominous.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
Ah, huge downer.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness.
Oh, what a statement.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
We're gonna break the game.
You're down to your last goat.
Bad at ball
Going
games.
mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point. But that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Kim, it can be done. Just watch.
I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Why do I have 2 of the exact same prompt? I'm not going to win this at all. It is a red check and it cannot be retried.
How if you can't even see it?
Oh.
The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee.
Huge downer.
There goes nothing, finger boy.
Hey, fuck you. I tried.
The machine is dead and silent. It needs serious maintenance before anyone can play again.
I'm going to pretend that doesn't upset me, but it does. Is that an elevator? It looks like an elevator door.
This small elevator
Oh.
is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Let's have a look.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
I presume this would go up to where the bar door was, near the dancer's apartment.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
Let's look.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Of course it is.
A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
Someday Encyclopedia will actually be useful. It says the last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This was maintained a long time ago.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
Oh, good. That makes me feel better.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
Yeah, no shit. He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Well, let's go. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, hello. It seems to work fine. Okay, cool. We're in here now. More clues, perhaps? More clues? Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Yep, there's the dancer's room. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Pinball workshop? Pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now.
Indeed.
The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Well, it's definitely a workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
He taps his foot.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
So the Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
It's good to join the lines, for sure.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Oh no. Could this be the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
The cafeteria manager?
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Yeah, but it would be very funny.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
I bet Gart is way into counterspells. For sure. Definitely. Hey, there's a drawer there. Hang on, I want free stuff. Pinball Maker's Coat, empathy and hand-eye coordination. Those are two good things to have. Read a core and visual calculus. Well, let's see what it looks like at the very least. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That looks cool. We need new trousers. We need different trousers. That's more like it. Now we're a detective. Yes. Oh, hello. Hang on. There's footprints on the floor. What's all this then?
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Interesting.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you, yeah?
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
Cheered him right up.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
But he said officer. Doesn't that mean he's upset when he calls me officer? Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind Classius' room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Let's have a closer look then.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
Uh-huh.
One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
The barred door, which is suspicious. This print doesn't look like the odd sole print we found at the hanging, though.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Well, that's interesting. It doesn't look like the workers' boots.
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Well, okay then.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Let's move on. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think Gart might be a peeping Tom. I think I can see Klaus's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
I don't know.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
There's something going on. What were people doing?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural. They're sensationally unnatural.
Don't be weird about it, jeez. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're a detective. Come on. Come on. Detective.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
Lightly punch the door once more, just in case.
The door shudders a bit, as though it were laughing at you.
Well, I still punched it. So what's on the other
Unless
side?
we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Clasia about this route. See how she reacts.
I'm sure she'll be surprised. Unbar the door. Leave. Sup. That door leads in here.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
I need to talk to you about your room.
Yeah?
That door, do you know it leads to a downstairs elevator?
I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
Did you?
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
I feel like some of this stuff would just serve to unnerve her, but we should talk about it. There were tracks on the floor.
Huh. This isn't good.
I agree.
She's straight as a stick, suddenly.
There's a peephole?
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
The lieutenant points to a window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass.
Okay.
There's a pause as she processes this information.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Uh-huh.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
We don't know at this point. We really don't.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It shouldn't be hard to cover with some tape.
Indeed. If it is recent, do you have any ideas?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Was there anything else back there?
It's not a pinball workshop. The room back. It used to be a pinball arcade.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
Yeah, so not at least something somewhat wholesome to end this on. That's all.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed.
I have other questions.
All right.
Maybe we'll get lucky?
Soft,
Yes.
light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful.
Sure.
I have bad news for you.
Yeah, what's that?
You know these guys?
These guys?
Who? Me?
That guy?
Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too.
Oh.
Me? What did I do?
What did he do?
These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore.
Oh no. Oh no, that's bad. Logic and drama are two of the most reliable ones we have. And I put a lot of points into drama. Oh my god.
Believe it.
Which ones exactly are affected?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all of them.
Well then, fuck.
Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised.
You're the most compromised.
Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here.
Yeah, I bet.
No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy.
Uh-huh.
Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit.
Uh-huh.
Glory. Truth. Softness. Protect her. She wants you.
Uh-huh.
I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. But this next guy's on another level entirely.
Uh-huh.
She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature.
Right. I fucking doubt it somehow. So, my thoughts are completely useless here. Brilliant. How did this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety.
What can I do?
There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
That's not good. Can you turn them normal again?
No,
Oh, why? What use is this?
it's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
Good point. Does this mean she's been lying to me?
Yes. Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is.
Bollocks.
She is a lady, most fair and just.
I trusted you.
In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies.
Right, so it's more that she's omitting details than actually straight up lying. Okay.
That is correct. And omissions too.
Yeah. Can I trust that guy?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair.
I like you, Volition.
But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
I trust any of them ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here.
Uh-huh.
A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles.
Fucking brilliant. So what is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one he usually does says, she may want to control the information rollout. not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insidious.
Do I doubt that?
See? It's oddly moderate. Probably compromised.
Okay, I've been talking to myself long enough.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
I mean, literally saying, "Are you manipulating me?" seems pretty fucking pointless. But it might prompt a response.
The silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no.
Uh-huh. Okay. Alright then. Okay. Alright, we'll return to this later. Cool. I can trust nothing. Fucking brilliant. Great. My safety wheels, my you know, the little training wheels on my bicycle have fallen off. Or maybe it's even worse than that. The training wheels on my bicycle are actively trying to get me to crash. And she controls when they do so. That's bad. That's bad. Not even my suave coat can help me now. Fucking bollocks. You think Kim has anything to say about it? Kim?
Yes?
Dress code, modus Mullen. Okay, let's try.
what if you did it?
What? What did what? The hanged man?
Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory.
I think I theorized this at one point.
Forgetting was merely a matter of convenience. Very clever.
Very clever.
Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it.
I doubt it somehow.
Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
Kim, I think I may be the murderer. I killed the man and then tricked myself into forgetting about it.
And what has led you to this conclusion?
My chest feels hollow, like I did something terrible.
That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass.
So you're saying I didn't kill him? But Kim, it turned out that I was the one racing around town in my motor carriage.
The victim wasn't run over by a drunk driver. So, while I can't condone your driving habit, the cases remain unrelated.
Come on, Kim, it's dark and sexy. It's a mystery.
Look, it's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is identified and apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So, let's get back to it, shall we?
All right, but never let it be said that I didn't bring it up. I brought it up. It occurred to me I should have healed my fucking morale damage before doing that volition check with the dancer, but it's okay. In fact, I'm going to heal that now because I don't want that being affected anymore. Now, I could trust my brain with Gar, because he's a chump.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Oh, he's a lot nicer now.
Well, bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Yeah, I saw another thing.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
I'm not going to tell him about that. Gar, what if I told you I go into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay, well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
Yeah, we did it.
He's really holding himself back here.
Oh, very much so.
It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons. Skeleton warriors. A mausoleum of the dead.
Yes, haha. What's actually behind there?
That's pinball machines, pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too.
I feel like you could have just figured it out on your own.
I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why, do you want to play? Because I wouldn't mind playing.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business-related, about how much money he could make of one.
If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut, C-suite shit, beat your chest, I'm a disruptor.
Those machines are whirling property. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them.
Downer.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
I'm gonna make it cause more trouble.
Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know if I want to do it to him.
He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
Well, first of all, let's get to there's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room right next to Classy's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machine.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
I would fucking hope not.
The color has drained from his face.
Uh-huh. Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests?
Absolutely not. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was.
Big sus.
Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger this business like that.
Right.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered.
Yeah, I wasn't even being a shit this time. I literally just asked a question.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now a hole in the wall.
Fair enough. Alright, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there
Yeah, I
something
bet you
else
will.
about the establishment? I hope not.
I have to warn you. Yeah, I now don't feel bad about this. I may have discovered that the Whirling's part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
Ah, yes, but you see,
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
so you know of the curse.
Everyone knows of it.
The Whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the Whirling.
Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline?
It's a sign of the Whirling in rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
When you say that, the Whirling was once part of the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the Whirling fails too. I think laying on the doom too hard won't work. I think implying doom but being like, oh, maybe you'll be fine, would be the way to play this. Perhaps the Whirling will escape the curse.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms.
That's my bad, admittedly.
For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost...
Yeah, you fight that doom ghost.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
You really care about the Whirling, huh?
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way.
Respectable.
Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Ah, so you admit it.
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion.
Both. So who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
Probably, I swear that's the case with everywhere, and who named it?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
I'm sure.
It was you?
Was it you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
To be fair, it's a fairly iconic name by this point. Song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
Yeah. What about the other cafeterias you manage?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
Not a Mazov fan, huh?
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the Whirling.
This is the place that this is actually like the place that you feel gives you some standing, some esteem, You're important here. This is more important. Well, good luck to you with this place, then. I'm not going to be that much of a dick.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
I hope you know how to fix them.
Against the doom, it's implied.
Uh-huh.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up?
Phone line's been nicked. Fuck it.
Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
He started swearing a lot more recently.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
Lena's a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
Well, I don't fucking know. I'm asking questions.
What? Did someone mention my name?
It's fine, Lena.
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here.
He yells, then turns to you.
Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else? Why?
He really doesn't like it being classier.
I want to know a bit more about this. I bet you didn't want it to be her.
What's that supposed to mean? Fuck you, buddy. She's not my taste. Good thing she pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward...
Wow. She really isn't his taste. Her spell hasn't spread here.
Interesting.
Now, was there anything else? Yes.
Then why is there a fucking peephole in her wall? What the fuck is going on around here? Oh, I've nearly got enough experience. Should we talk to these guys about it? I don't know how to tell them about this without outright implicating her in telling us that she didn't play along with what they're saying, basically, which I feel would put her in an awkward position and seems very questionable from a cop's perspective to handle such a matter with such a lack of tact. What about you? Can we get something out of you?
I've got nothing to say to you.
That's about right, okay. Let's at least have a look.
It's you again. What is it?
Hi. Okay, she says this didn't happen.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Big man's eyes and veins bulge. Okay, so where does this leave us?
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
What a fucking shame.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Yes, he did, and yes, he did.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
Do we not?
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
I literally just said a sentence. I don't know why you guys are getting so angry.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
That's your version of saying things carefully? That's you being careful? You fucking rodent? Are you serious?
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Cut the bullshit.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
I didn't push her. She outright told me it was quite a simple process.
His hands become fists.
Ah, boy, here we go.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Oh, boy.
Hit you. Duck.
Duck.
Titus Hardy.
A voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
She knows that if he went through with that punch, all this, flimsy legal, veil that she's put over all of this would break in an instant. Because then we'd have something very direct to get them for.
Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
We're putting our fists down. He's probably stronger than me.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
Oh boy.
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks.
Uh-huh.
Frankly, it's a bit terrifying.
I bet. Yeah, that's why I got him to stop.
Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
I presume so, yeah.
Look, Copper.
There he is.
We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
Do you? Why did you never mention this before now?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Uh-huh.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
There's not much to say until I listen to it, really. Where'd you get it?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
So how did you bug them?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Yeah, but it's different kinds of tech.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Huh.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
So which one of you is actually doing this shit?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
I fucking bet.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
I mean, yes, it is, actually. It's extremely important work. The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
Yeah, it'd be complicated. It'd be difficult to do. What's on the tape?
What's on it? We call it the Dorgun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
I don't like the sound of that.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Fine, I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
I get the impression I'm probably going to have to edit that out when I do listen to it, because I imagine it's going to be quite unpleasant. Magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a de-encryption station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play. I will now put that point in electrochemistry, as I said I would. We will try the thing in my room, but I highly doubt it works, so we'll have to go buy the thing from the pawn shop, which is fine. I just think we might need more money.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Nah. Give me a break. Guess this is technically my room for now. Why is the door on the floor? Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Yeah. What about this door? Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your clean-shaven face, adorned with the expression.
I wonder if I can fix that thing before I go. Just as a nice gesture. I'm not going to be staying here anymore, but still.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your...
Well, while we're here, I suppose, let's see if I could actually make that work. Getting rid of the expression. I fucking doubt it somehow. Let's try. So, the trousers are already providing us with electrochemistry, which is a poor start if it's still only at like 3%. Okay, let's have a look.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Oof.
In it, your clean-shaven face, adorned with... Still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
Fine, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now.
I bet.
The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last.
Uh-huh.
There's no fixing this one.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore.
Any ideas?
My Kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
It's true. Okay, that's our next thing. Can I get back and get that prompt? Yeah.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
It's pretty dire.
The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
Hopefully I'll take better care of my new place.
Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
You're looking at the destruction?
He nods.
I'm sorry.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step towards the door like he'd like to leave. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I would too, in his shoes.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning.
I'm gonna sniff it.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there.
I fucking bet.
Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
A very specific fragrance.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
Understandable.
You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about?
That's a rad Man from Hjelmdal t-shirt you got there.
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure exemplar.
You must be a serious Man from Hjelmdal fan.
A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I do think the Hjelmdalaman saga is an integral part of our shared reality.
Uh-huh.
Most people don't think that the man from Hjelmdal really existed, but they're wrong.
But he was real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He sounds incredulous.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect.
Right.
Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
Uh-huh.
Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say.
Very unique. So how much?
2 real.
Ooh.
That's dirt cheap.
Oh, I'll think about
You
it.
should.
Physical instrument and shivers. That is handy. I'll let go of the t-shirt for now, because there is a more important thing we should buy.
A typical Martinez.
Yeah, I can't do nothing with that.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table.
I should get the toy figurine. I should get the toy figurine.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
Wait, wasn't there a... Didn't I get a bonus? Why did I get a bonus before?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback,
Wait,
others in...
dress codes are a thing? Dress codes are a thing. No one ever fucking told me the dress codes were a thing. The game did not tell me the dress codes were a thing. That changes everything. Somewhat. Okay, maybe it doesn't change everything, but it changes some things. Okay.
You see rows of toy soldiers. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse.
Oh, that's why.
A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
The Fallen Rider. What is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Fallen Rider.
Of course, not knowingly.
There's been a lot of interest in that particular figurine. I had to hide it so it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't elaborate on these wrong hands. It's unlikely that he ever will.
I imagine.
I've heard about it. I've heard the Headless Fallen Rider rides a headless Buddha.
He says this with amusement.
Yes, there are several competing versions of the story, but I believe this figurine is a more canonical representation.
Look at Kim, then look back at Roy. Sorry, what were we talking about?
The Headless Fallen Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fallen tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
I'll take it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
Probably. Let's have a look at it. Is it interactable? No, it's just an item. This plastic headless fallen rider sits atop his equally plastic bull, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous fallen cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. Ah, looking for something that plays a tape for police business.
Yeah, we still have those boomboxes on the shelves.
I was hoping you'd be like, oh, of course, officer used my boombox. Do you know anything about the traffic menace?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
Didn't you hear it when the menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on.
That sounds like me.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
Vortex. Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
That's true. I want to sell my stuff.
Sure. Let me have a look.
I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'm not selling the pen. That'd be a dick move. Or the handkerchief. That's also a dick move. It would be hilarious to sell what's his name's fucking Happy Memories picture, but no. I don't actually have a lot to sell. Sell that. I still need more. I think I need like 12 real or something. Fuck it. If that's just useful, then I've ruined everything. That's everything.
Another time back.
Thank you. And now I need this, because I don't need to pay for a room anymore.
On the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
I want the boombox.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
You are a marvelous businessman. I also want the t-shirt.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
I'm gonna buy it.
Welcome to Hjelmdal, officer.
Thank you. Really do have an extreme performance build now, don't I? Although that's not no more physical instrument than the tank top, but still. A lot of extra physical instrument. Okay, very good. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so. Equip this to play tapes. Alright. I have equip. Ah, nice! Oh, that's a posture. That's a stance. That's a figure. Yes. Very good. Okay, right, well, I may have to edit this out depending on how graphic it is, but let's do it.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
Play the tape.
You push, commence, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Uh-huh.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Another loud screech, some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Uh-huh.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Uh-huh.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally.
Uh-huh.
I'll fucking do them all in. That disco on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Right.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
Alright, so what do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
But he did say he's going to do it. Can't edit words into someone's mouth.
Indeed, but...
You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
A bit more there as well.
Authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to
He
seem
also
more
sounded inebriated.
Still.
Look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
So who's Corty?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his.
And what's Cohoy?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Reckon he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Uh-huh. Alright, so what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
Ah, yeah, nice and happy again.
The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
I bet. Okay, So who the fuck is lying to me? Who's telling the truth? And for what purpose would they tell the truth or not tell the truth? I truly don't fucking know. I truly can't fucking say. Let's quickly ask him about Maybells. Not because it matters, but because we're here. And we'll ruin your game of P-Tank again. Watch. Oh, hang on. There we go. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fills the air. Very good.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Do Maybells mean anything to you, Rene?
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls bought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
Is this a royalist military tradition?
It used to be. But the communards were fond of them too. Call them revolutionary flowers. Bells of the revolution.
Did they bring you good luck?
You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them.
Yeah.
You stirred up some bad memories there.
I'm sure.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the ID for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
Oh.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers.
Uh-huh.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Your lieutenant quickly asks.
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you'll have to wait for at least a month.
I'm sure. Seems mostly irrelevant, but okay, interesting. I doubt I have enough drama to wow him with a story, but we can try. We can try. That's lowering my drama. I wonder if there's a dress code that would work here.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
It's a red check, so I probably want to be pretty confident in what I'm doing before I do that. Okay, so what? All of my fucking mental faculties are compromised when talking to the dancer, which is unfortunate. The only one that seemed fine was volition, which I can't affect with my clothing. Drama is useless. I don't know. I don't know. Please tell me she hasn't been fucking murdered or something. Okay, everything's fine up here. Well, this ain't gonna go anywhere.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Oh, it's always a fine day for questions.
Not my favorite topic, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing there.
How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
Oh, no chance. Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to do things.
She puts her coffee cup down.
Mm-hmm.
With a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Oh boy, here we go.
This does not surprise her.
Interesting. Can I believe you, though?
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
But he stated his intentions against you, specifically.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
He does specifically identify you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Here we go. Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
Right.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Both those things, yes.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi,
He likes a new cigarette with the butt of her old one.
he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
So why say stuff like that, machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Either coping mechanism or persona, I'd think. I'd say persona, actually, because he kind of just embraced it rather than,
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
I'm glad that I didn't hear them.
He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Do you like this kind of stuff?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Uh-huh.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
Uh-huh.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Really not her job, but okay.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
Yeah.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
You've had some time. Can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
The name would be helpful.
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Laedy.
Unfortunate.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Right.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
It's something.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
Right.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink.
Oh, I hope I didn't fuck these up.
The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Where is Lelystad, then?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Right.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
Fascinating. Truly riveting.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways. This fits with his tattoo.
Ah.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Close enough. So you were both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Right.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Right.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Could it? I think rhetoric sounded like it was doing alright before, but I don't know. The military man, but not a patriot?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind.
Fantastic.
He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
People person. Interesting description for the guy. You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
I think Revachol hates everyone. How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
Ah.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
Looks like I was closer on this one, Kim.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
Memory makes us smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Yeah. The lieutenant taps on his notebook once as though assigning some kind of point. We're going on a point system!
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
Better not to mention it.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's clearly sensing something. A spike in testosterone levels, perhaps.
Oh, sure. Eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
Yeah, listening to him speak over the radio was fascinating.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Like the expression, perhaps?
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
So what's the deal with his tattoo?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
It's clear she liked it.
What did it represent, do you know?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Whatever you're into.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
She points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
God.
And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
And you were the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Yeah, let's give her the photo. That's a good shout.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
I'm sure you can. She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money.
Uh-huh.
He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Oh, it's only going to get better, ma'am. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
She seems unsurprised.
Just have her answer the question. Don't give explanations.
Volition, this is the one to listen to. Please answer the question, miss. Did he enjoy it?
I don't think he enjoyed dying, officer. He had too much left to do. Too many third world conflicts. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Uh-huh.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
I don't fucking buy it.
No, it doesn't check out.
Yeah.
Can't you see she's clearly avoiding something here? That's a strange thing to suggest. The lady is as fair and just.
Curse you, drama. I've trusted you for so long. Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. There. She momentarily lost control over straight back guy. It appears that she feels guilty.
Do you feel guilty?
Of course I do. I'm hungover. I feel guilty about everything.
Do you feel guilty about what happened to him?
Among many other things, yes. I could have done something. There's always something he can do, right? Ask me something else.
What is this? An interrogation? You didn't tell her this was going to be an interrogation.
Oh, but we need info, and that was like the first solid thing we've gotten in a while. We ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what that will show us?
A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil.
Interesting. I definitely know what these things are. I don't.
How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
Sounds like a win-win.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now.
Okay, I think we're done with this line of questioning, giving back his notes.
All right.
Lieutenant puts a slip back at his nose and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Let's return to this later.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
What she said, yeah.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
Where's this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
Will my ID have a date of birth or something?
You could ask either one of them.
Im, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
How old do I look?
How old? 58?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's about what I look.
Actually, make that 54. Alcoholism has severely impacted your appearance.
That's more generous.
And I was wrong about the age of the deceased.
Yeah.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator. I suppose I do need to do this. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. And mine feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be. The day and the century. But for how long then has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? We should probably try and figure that out. But I am trying to get rid of the expression first. Can't get anything more out of her. I suppose we go talk to the Hardy Boys. They're still in. No, not that. Wait, actually I could check the window, maybe.
This window. Smooth following your...
Looks like it, yes.
Nothing going on there. Okay. Hardy Boys, what do you got? We still need to explore more of that island, but we'll get there in a minute. We've got investigations to do.
It's you again. What is it?
Yeah, what is it indeed, fuckface? I got more things to say. So I talked to her about the tape.
And
nothing. She stands by what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
You gave us bullshit.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Uh-huh.
You caught him off balance. Push, and he would give way.
Push, and he will give way. There's dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change your mind.
Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
Which, yeah, is dark. But, you know, not evidence. He shakes his head in disbelief.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
It's true.
Funny. No good goddamn psycho whore.
Oh yeah, you definitely have her best interests at heart, don't you, buddy?
Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a little bit softer than before. Wonder why.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
I actually came to you for thoughts, but, you know, Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth.
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Let's not do that. It will not work out. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
I don't think she's a helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough.
Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of.
You have a crush on her. You're the one who did the fucking peephole. You didn't like that she was hooking up with him. Right, yeah, okay.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
Be straight with me, Titus, what really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. Yeah, but why?
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent.
Yeah, I think I've got this sussed.
The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore.
Yeah.
Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part in this sordid play. All it takes is a nudge.
Just a little nudge.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
Oh yeah, this will go well.
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs.
Uh-huh.
Next time you see her, tell her Titus said,
Fuck off!
He throws his beer can down.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Is it, though? I don't think it is.
Yeah.
There is silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
Uh-huh.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
He's not a bartender, he's the cafeteria manager.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
Go on, Gut. Go on, buddy.
100 beers? Now we're talking.
Oh my God.
Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Rhetoric godly, convinced Titus he is being manipulated. Strange reaction to Bullet, compromised skill set, known. Angus can't take pressure, warned about the tribunal, discussed 8th Hardy, confronted about drug trade. Please let this work.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
Oh no. Okay, man, it's clearly being played like a fiddle. Play a fiddle.
No, we fucking ain't, asshole. No one's fiddling anyone in here.
You look like a fiddler.
No, Glenn. I want to hear this. Who do you think is fucking fiddling me?
You promised there would be good options. Where are they? Perform a dramatic finale on the imaginary fiddle. The hunter becomes the hunter.
The hunter becomes the hunter? Tip for you, cop. The next time you try to fuck with someone's head, make sure you're not fucked there yourself.
You're right.
I don't understand what happened. Why did you say that? I didn't tell you to say that.
Yes, you did.
Put down and never go off script like that again.
You fucker. I'm gonna take off now. Fucking rhetoric. Fuck me over. Goddamn. Oh, come on. It was a 72% shot. We've literally just one more point. We can put a point in rhetoric and bring this to an end. Okay. I'll be right fucking back. All I need to do is stare at something and I'll have the power. I literally just need to stare at something and I will have the power. Yes, it means I have to put the electrochemistry thing on hold, but this is kind of important, don't you think? Hello, something to stare at. It also means we'll have to put the age thing on hold as well, but fuck it. One thing at a time. Girl between the thighs of a page 3 girl, ring do disco. I don't know what that means. Rhetoric. Accept changes and close. Now, is there anything we can do to boost rhetoric? I doubt it somehow. Worth looking. Yeah, that would lower it. Put that on because I want logic, and we'll put that on in case he starts swinging. Come on, it's going to be like a above 80% chance. Surely this has to... I mean, if it doesn't, I'm going to be extremely upset. I know I've gotten some good rolls, but I can't roll badly on this forever. Like, come on. Come on. Come on. Titus, let's wrap this up, shall we?
It's you again. What is it?
I'm surprised you're even still talking to me. Okay, sure. Yeah, get another try.
Convinced
there we go.
Titus is being manipulated? Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. Titus will never falter.
Yeah, but my rhetoric was godly.
But you know someone who might.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. One of his boys will.
Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle.
Ah.
The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker.
Come on, Angus, what do you got?
Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility.
This is going to be tricky. That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. The lieutenant raises his eyebrow.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Just remember, it's about more than class here. It's about these men in Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Yeah, that's not the way to go. It's not because of some chick. Because remember, it's about more than her. I don't know. It's either 1 or 3, surely. It's not Foreigner. That doesn't make sense. They've not really... These guys specifically have had no, like... racial prejudices that I can remember. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Willing to admit it. There's probably like a blatant line I'm not remembering right now, but feels like 1 or 3. I don't think it's 1, but 3 feels a little wishy-washy. Oh, it's hard. I'm not sure because leading with saying because of some chick might be the pathway to get to what this is actually about, or to lean more towards the Martinez, their district, and their responsibility. But it might also just imply focusing on it. But maybe saying it will make them go, no, it's because of the place, and then we get them to talk. Because of some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
I wince. It's involuntary.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
Oh. Plot twist.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. either is small enough for you to have missed.
Interesting.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Okay, interesting.
Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Steel yourself, push on, ignore Theo. Oh, I guess, yeah, just ignore Theo. Remind me what volition is. Is it relevant here? Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. That's not helpful! Because it would make more sense to me to turn to Theo, because that would prove my point. But Angus is the weak link. And also, turn to Angus. Fuck it. Oh, are you gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
So you guys didn't commit a crime? You guys didn't commit a fucking crime then?
Shut up, Angus!
Too late. He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Oh.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Do you? Or Angus. Isn't the only one who's been helpful.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Poor guy.
Why are you so fucking fat,
Wow.
Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Oh.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Oh.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
She walks off without looking back.
What just happened between these two?
What happened indeed?
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
I'm sorry I made you guys fight. So you didn't kill him, he was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Right.
Another nod.
Why?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
The girls? Plural?
Girls plural? There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
So Lizzie, at the moment, the only other women we know who are even remotely involved in this would be Lizzie or Sylvie, but I somehow doubt it's either of them. That'd be too easy.
Did she kill him?
Seems like it.
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
Right.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What if he shot himself? She freaked out. I don't know.
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way.
Uh-huh.
It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Logical.
Good analogy, boss.
Fucking shut up, Shanky, you moron.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
So he's either still attempting to maintain his authority in the situation, or he's still attempting to control the information being filtered to us. So what happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
Right.
He means they'd been fucking?
Well, I think that's just a way of speaking.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Ah, important work.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
I mean, he's irrelevant. He literally came in to do a job. So if she didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
I see. Who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the Moorland turn. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
Right.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
Okay.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Yeah, it's quite a thing to put on your own head.
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Respectable, for sure. So do we have any leads on who killed her?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
There's ample opportunity on either side, isn't there, really?
Hers, you mean?
He's a fucking mercenary, Kim.
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
Possibly.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
You had ideas about his past, too?
I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He pauses to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
I mean, we had to arm wrestle you for everything here, man. It could have been over so much quicker.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Well, at least he's speaking more straightly. So whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Right.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Well, you said the girls asked for your help. Who was the other one?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
Fair enough.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
Good.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway.
Alright, I ain't gonna fucking push for it. Can you tell me anything about her?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
Alright, I'm sorry I made you guys fight.
Me too.
We did it, Kim.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Alright, thanks, Tyus. I'll go talk to her one more time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
He grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand and thinks of something.
She, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
Interesting. Okay.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket and turns to leave. Well, that... oh boy. Wait, who are you? Were you there before? I think he might have been. I suppose we gotta go talk to her then, hey. Is she gonna be dead this time? Hope not. No, she's fine. Okay, good. Alright, good. Alright, good. I don't want anyone to get shot.
It's always good to see you.
Yeah, we'll see about that. She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
So they told us what really happened.
I understand.
Puts a coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
So you don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. it's what you do. You're the police.
Kind of our jobs.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Uh-huh.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions.
I'm not sure about that rhetoric.
No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
No, we need to be strong here.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Yeah.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
He reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
Uh-huh.
A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, wine dark in the evening light.
What lies beyond it?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Aranye, the old world.
So that's why you're looking over your shoulder. You're afraid of the moral intern.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
She lights the cigarette. What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
Maybe some success? So what did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
Right.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Right.
With a bigger company. The kind you really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
He taps on his notebook.
The job was Elysium County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Luscop conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
You probably do with the name, though.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Luscop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Sounds about right.
Low's cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Papalolo?
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me.
She smiles. That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
Oh boy.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
I don't trust you, Empathy. It's not Pry. It's not part of the case.
Of course. This case takes precedence.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
So what exactly happened?
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass.
A sniper shot?
I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Huh. I suppose so. Better not to mention it. Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Just like him.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Your cigarette, miss.
Oh.
That's a motherfucker.
Yeah. It was a real motherfucker.
She immediately lights another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
True.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Aye.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual.
It's worth pointing at actually jumping on these things. I said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
I'm sure it helped.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little.
Okay.
He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Yeah.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection. As far as you can.
Say nothing. I still don't trust you, Empathy.
She pulls on the cigarette, looking up at the sky. Her hair ripples in the breeze as she stands there, silent.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full.
Right.
Ruby was there too. They
Ruby?
were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Ruby? Well, we continue. Who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
Huh.
The leader? Of what?
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys.
Thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find her.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Okay, cool. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told.
Right.
She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
Right, and that's where the idea came from?
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
Yeah.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
Yeah. Lights just came on, that's weird.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Laedy in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
Yeah.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were doing that?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Where's Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Have to talk to Titus again. Fuck's sake. Cool.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Again.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
It's relevant.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot.
Oh, interesting.
It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia.
Yes, a nice little reminder that we can't trust multiple parts of our own brain. Which is why I've been keeping this away from her past and focused on what's happening. Did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
Could have been silencer.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
So I was wondering if perhaps that guy we're supposed to be talking to, which we should probably go see soon, in the apartments might have something to do with it, but that would presumably be too close. Did you kill Lily?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this.
There's a silence.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
Uh-huh.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy.
From whom?
He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition.
Yeah, but remember, this is specifically done by a breech loader weapon.
Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
Yeah, but once again, this was done by a breech loader weapon, which, in fact, we have pretty much a copy of the weapon that we presume, we can't look at it right now, that we presume was used. It was probably a rifle, right? Like, she's not just going to grab a rifle and shoot him point blank. That's quite tricky to do. And he's a trained military guy. I just don't see it happening. I don't know, but we may as well ask.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor.
The bullet in his head was jacketed, military grade. Who else has a military rifle?
I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it. Coalition military have rifles. I'm not a munitions expert, and I did not shoot him.
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head before.
Really?
Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I mean, it's worth actually pressing her on this because we need to make sure she's being straight. You've lied to me about this bullet before. When I said he was shot, you said you're confused.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work.
Okay. Now says people have this crazy idea that you killed him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
Self-defense?
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
I didn't specifically say that.
True, sire. 'Tis true.
I don't trust you, drama. Desire drives people loco.
She simply shakes her head.
I expected nothing from that.
She has the training for it. 2, maybe 3 years of self-defense. Her body is hard and lean underneath that jumpsuit.
Stop talking about what's under the jumpsuit. More questions.
Like what?
She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor and over your face. The people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone,
Looks at her cigarette.
so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Probably didn't. I don't think stoking her paranoia is going to get us anything here, so there's no point. Probably didn't.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
She looks at the table.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
It's true.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
So why'd you call the cops?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth.
Aye.
Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
Logic, you're compromised. Not that it matters here. I'm not going to disagree with you.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Yeah, he did do that.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
You just wanted us to get rid of the body.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then?
Oh boy.
She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
The who made so she didn't make the call. Whoops, I told that guy that she nicked the phone lines. I don't think she did. Oh well. When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
She takes a drag.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
Would be worth doing. In a bedroom inside?
Yes. You see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Alright, think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Lieutenant glasses at you and then the door.
He's thinking, are we done here?
Are we done here?
Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up forcefully if you want to continue pushing her.
This guy won't budge. In God's name, wake up.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow-wisps.
Well, I'm glad we've got that straightened out, yeah.
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Well, I don't know about that, but you know, at least you've woken up. Good.
Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first.
I agree.
Yes. Start at the top. Choose at the bottom. It's how we've always done it. No rush.
No rush.
See?
See. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
Yeah, people do that.
That is the emergencies desk number.
So?
Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
I think drama has now gone too far in the opposite direction.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
Say nothing. Yes, we need to suppress some more on these things, but we can't go psychotically in the opposite direction of everything you've told us is bullshit. The game is actually trying to urge us in that direction a little bit now. I think the game is baiting us, basically. You know, initially, all of your skill sets are compromised, and they're telling you to believe everything she says, and that, like, you know, oh, look, she's so perfect, and she's telling you everything, and, like, the game's actually quite subtle about it in that respect. And then, you know, you do your volition check, and the game's like, your skill sets are fucking with you. Volition is actually the only one you can listen to. And now we've woken up drama, and now the game's like, now drama's back on your side, now go for it. And it's like, no, drama is going way too far in the opposite direction now. Drama is still not reliable. Nothing for now.
She stands before you, holding her back very straight.
And even if I was to turn to her and say, like, oh, anyone could have done it, what, that's going to get an answer out of her? I don't think so. Your real name isn't Classier.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Voice cracks suddenly like there's a garrote round her neck. Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
Good, you can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied.
Right.
Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
So was the passport bullshit too?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Okay.
Falsified documents?
Of course.
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
It's true. A loose end. Something to wrap up.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Not sure if arresting her is the way to go. We're not going to gain anything. She's probably fucked either way, to be honest, but there's not much point of arresting her. She has... You maybe obstruction of justice, sure, but in the grand scheme of things, hasn't really committed a crime. In fact, I'd say we've probably committed worse crimes since we got here. Where is this buoy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
Righty-ho.
It's useless.
West of the boardwalk in the reeds. Okay, we'll have to have a look.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
Yes.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here. Past a broken sewage pipe. Right near the waterline.
So, your real name?
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
Smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so.
It's a Grad name. Juste or Yugo-Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism.
That's not even an Oranese name, apparently.
My parents were Zemsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Alasia is my father's name.
Right. So finally we meet.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
You're not even Miss Oranje 37, are you?
I am.
Oh.
They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Well, I'm glad you're proud.
Yes, they can. For lying.
For lying? They will revoke that stuff if you lie. Enough.
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
I think we could explore the subject without actually going for it. I'm not saying you're under arrest. I'm saying, what if I told you you're under arrest? What then?
But I haven't done anything illegal.
That is true.
She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case.
That's true.
Fucking mind games. Enough.
First time Half-Light spoke up.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
Calm. Nice and calm. Okay, we need to assess this. You misrepresented information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we'd know nothing. You're a suspect in a murder investigation. You're a flight risk. That is all the reason I need. You're not playing these mind games with me anymore. Wag your finger next to your head. You're coming in. Industrial espionage. We uphold international law here in the zone of control. Nah. This addresses the point, but it's still not saying like, oh, we're definitely going to bring you in. We're discussing it at the moment, which is weird, but we are doing that.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Okay, Lieutenant, I didn't actually think we were going for it.
Please, no.
Hold up. Let's stop.
But there's nowhere to go. A 2-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before.
Hold up.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Laedy. I can tell you. I can help you.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says,
This is a rough scene.
Gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Uh-huh.
Ruby.
Ah, but why? Why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
Right, and what is that?
Sex. And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship.
Right.
When I started spending time with Laedy, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't.
Ah.
It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
Interesting.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
Sounds like she outright stated it.
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
Right.
And you led her on?
Did you?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Right. Sounds like she was fixated.
This is just an assumption.
It is.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow, she knew Laedy was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
Sounded instantaneous as well. It wasn't like they sat around and talked about what they were going to do. She just started doing stuff.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
It would be convenient.
Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true.
It may be true. May be true. Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased. Was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk. Said she'd turn my life into a living hell.
That's a bit more.
I've been threatened before. So I can tell when someone knows how to do it.
Huh.
And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply.
Interesting.
What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Oh, scared of that too, I'm sure. And how could she have killed him?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
Points to the door that leads to the pinball workshop. Could she have put the gun through the peephole? Yeah, because we haven't looked at the window yet. We don't know which way the bullet came from. But then again, she didn't hear the gunshot.
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
There is a route. A straight-up route for it.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
A mouthful moves without a sound. You're thinking about the peephole, right? The perforation in the pinball workshop wall?
She would have seen us. My bed is right next to...
She's forgotten her cigarette in the ashtray.
You mean to suggest she made it?
Possible.
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and...
I don't know, it's starting to seem like a thing.
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there.
Yeah.
Don't let your imagination run wild here, sire. Keep it on track.
Okay, that's it for Ruby, I guess. There's nothing else.
Okay, and what?
And what? Yeah.
Arrest the liar now.
No, I don't think so.
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
This is a rough one. We can at least delay for now, surely. Until we've had a look. We still haven't assessed the crime scene, as it were. We haven't had a look around. I feel like the game's intentionally leading me in this direction, but I feel like the gunshot could have come from the perforation in the wall. There are boots going back and forth through there. We don't know which way the bullet went yet. Although, having said that, that window facing this way is the one that's shattered. That's an awkward angle. Not impossible, but an awkward one. For now.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Something tells you, you will.
Yeah, probably. Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly. You are. This is not the end of this.
Return to this layer. More to think about.
Back, you think. So love did do him in, after all.
I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
Looks like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
Say nothing. Let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why?
Easier that way.
Was it real?
I don't know.
Looks down at the yard, then back into her coffee. Finished thought. We need to look at this fucking window. Visual calculus. Yeah, visual calculus. Visual calculus. Yes. That's about all we got for visual calculus, but it's something. Window.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
So what happened here?
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Okay, inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Not a bad way to go. Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
It's true. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belmagrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot.
Logical.
The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Right. Are there any arguments against A prime?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end my investigation of this scene with just this window. I want to check that peephole as well. There have been another point of origin further away.
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Sounds like a trap, honestly. Sounds like we'd be casting our minds too far. We can come back. Blink. We're not done here. Not even close. I want to check the peephole first. Oh no, tell me Gart hasn't covered it up.
You clearly see footprint.
Jackpot. These unlike...
Oh, I think Gart covered it up. Oh, you fucker. He works fast. Oh, crap. Shit. Fucker. Okay.
The same two neon-lit shapes.
We gotta extrapolate then, I suppose.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Let's have a look. Boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
So this would be possible if we're considering the possibility that Ruby did not do this. Because we don't know anything about Ruby, so I can't discount it yet. And I'm assuming she doesn't have military training. So Land's End?
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No. Too far-fetched.
Don't discount it entirely. The islet?
1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer.
Seems unlikely.
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
They come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, and B triple prime.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or a sniper nest if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Yeah.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Okay. I'm surprised Kim has nothing to say about any of this. Like, we can't have a discussion about it. No, nothing. Alright. I don't know. Don't suppose you have anything more about this?
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
The lies?
Lies.
Repeats and trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
I don't think there's anything here. We need to talk to Hardy because we need to find out more about the, need to find out more about Ruby anyway. It's all lit up. It would be the perfect time for karaoke, but I don't have the thing. Downer. Is Hardy still here? He is. Hey, buddy, I've got more for you.
It's you again. What is it?
There's always more. There's always more. I talked to Clyde. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back with a very strange way of saying, why? In regards to curiosity, I think appealing to their sense of, duty in the region, a civil war is brewing and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder, and that means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't.
Come on, Tyus.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
You just need information.
And fuck you too, moral fat.
Uh-huh. He throws a glance at Tyus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I mean, no.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
I'm gonna take off now. Because I have things in my inventory that can boost logic, and I don't want to put another fucking point into trying to open up a fucking link in this goddamn case. I know I can at least improve logic a little bit. That helps. Is there anything that's lowering logic? Not to my knowledge. There's nothing else here that increases logic, I don't think, but it's definitely worth looking. Aha! Oh, you're fucked now, buddy. Yes, I've got it. I've got it! I look fucking ridiculous and it doesn't matter because I'm a cop.
It's you again. What is it?
92%. That's more like it. Time for a solid theory.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
So why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
Okay.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
Uh-huh.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
All that time? Not even for a second?
Yeah, with us, drinking. Near the stage there.
Did you go out for fresh air for one smoke?
No.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. You know that's not the case.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
That's fine. It's currently irrelevant.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
Nah, we're laser focused.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
But she could magically get to the roof, actually.
He's been through it. That means he's suspected her too.
But it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for you.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
If she did it.
You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
There is a secret roof in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
He looks sincerely curious through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
That's the same voice actor as Rene.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
But there is an elevator.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
Yeah, actually genuinely that quick.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
The question is the gun, right? The prevailing theory at the moment is that she used a Belmagrave rifle. A rifle is a big weapon. She would have had to have stashed it somewhere, but of course it's been so long now that she could have easily gone back there later and removed it. Wherever she may have stashed it.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
You're not reliable.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints? Recent?
Very recent.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Recent, a week or two.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that call.
Okay.
Good news is, I'm still listening.
Remember that key I found?
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
Unfortunately, it's my job.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
Did it?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
Well, she could have made a copy. Maybe.
And then put it back. Why? It's damn interesting you found it there, but it doesn't fit with Ruby, and you know it.
Yeah, I should have just said I was jumping to conclusions.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
So, what winch? That's nonsense, that's nonsense, that's nonsense. You do agree that the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
There is a 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
No, I came up with that one myself.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Yeah. You consult in cases like this.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. What else have you got? It puts her on the roof.
So this is all nonsense. These three here are nonsense. That's clearly a joke. I don't see how a winch outside would have anything to do with this, especially since we've established the workshop route, and the pinball machines are irrelevant. What do you think?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we established.
Fair enough.
But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
That does make it awkward.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
We have nothing pointing to her having a weapon like this, though.
Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
Maybe.
But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But
I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those.
It's true.
This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
I'm never solving this case. It's too complicated. I'm just being upfront with what I know.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you know what.
Which was probably where she could have got a gun from.
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably. He's not being too forthcoming. This is not a surprise.
But it is a nice gesture.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
There is a small 28% chance that the shot came from beyond the roof.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that. And 28% is no small chance either.
Nah, it's significant.
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit. We are just sharing info, candidly.
And now perhaps show him the rifle. There are weapons like this just lying around in Martinez.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop, hidden there, with others just like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it, we need to close that dump down for good.
That's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works, and you got a military-grade weapon that shoots jacketed ammunition.
He shakes his head.
He sees it. This is coming together. He must.
Must.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet.
Yeah, let's get dramatic. This is the bullet that did it. 4.46mm. The Belle McGrave uses the same caliber.
The blonde man looks at the mushroomed Deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too.
God damn.
Whoa.
Damn.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close.
Yeah, it's not certain, but it's looking like it.
You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
These two don't really seem like they would work. I didn't say I'd prove that she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right. Keep talking. I'm getting a bit curious about some things myself.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Well, we do have a potential motive.
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
The spiciest component, the most delicious component.
The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Yeah, she told me some stuff about Ruby.
Yeah. Like what?
Apparently she had a thing for her.
A thing? You mean?
He tilts his head to the side and falls silent.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Oh, Angus. The world extends far beyond your simple sensibilities, my good friend.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She lacked class here.
I know, it's bewildering for me too. I keep forgetting that this is a room full of old dudes. Like, there's not a lot of, outside perspectives in this particular circumstance. A supernatural reality-breaking event, and we just need to accept it. She probably went to a university and learned it from a liberal. What Kim said.
Fuck you. First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
It's fortunate, because we've gotten them to the point now where simple logic actually works now. In fact, now that the lawyer is gone, it's changed. It's transformed from like a battle of wits and being stonewalled to a collaboration, where we're sharing evidence, basically. It's interesting. Like, they still don't like us, but they're a lot more cooperative.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
Yeah, that's why.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Light laughter sounds off in the room. It feels nervous. She said she made advances on her and she thwarted them.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
It's rather unfortunate.
This is some sordid shit.
Yeah.
It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
I don't think they'll be happy if we tell them that we were going to arrest her. On the other hand, that doesn't feel like... That feels disputable, you know? I think we gotta be honest here.
Figures. But that Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. So there is some truth to it.
At least some.
And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
Respectable.
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case, right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
Yeah. When she came downstairs, Ruby seemed to know that something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
There is credence to that. There is evidence supporting it.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Yes, she's just got her shit together. That's how she knew.
Yeah.
The man seems unsure of himself.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation.
The lieutenant tells Elaine, his voice mild but firm.
The more logical conclusion that you wish to avoid is that she knew what had happened because she did it.
It's also, why did she organize the cover-up?
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
You could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
He squints, eyes beady.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Bullshit.
Time for a logics demonstration.
This is a difficult one. Well, Eugene's the one we need to convince, so we'll use him as a demonstration. Let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
I'm not saying you did.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Among many other things, yes.
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
There's a lot of evidence supporting it, and your only counter-argument is, and I quote, "This is fucking stupid."
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Neither of these help, straight up. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up, and we need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want.
Why is her truck still here? Oh, because of the blockade, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
He smiles a peculiar smile. Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
Yeah.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Oh, I'm sure. So when did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
Yeah. So what was she scared of?
I told you. You.
As in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Why me specifically? Don't forget the fun. She probably knew me from my singing days.
Yeah, that's real funny. She wasn't laughing, though.
I see. He looks at you.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
There's a couple of tricks to this old horse. So what else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop? Don't tell me Ruby is our ex-wife. That'd be such a thing. Won't stop.
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like can.
Huh.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just?
You guys aren't suspects. You didn't do it.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's been a lot of work to get this to happen, guys. Seriously.
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
He nods. Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called Pete. But she was too scared.
What's the deal behind that? Because it's not like I've killed many people. I think my character's only had 3 confirmed kills in his entire career. So I'm not like trigger happy or anything.
Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
Huh. Well, that's a lead that's not actually technically relevant to the case, but it's still interesting. You have any clues where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, it's an awkward situation.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
Now.
She's not really a party candidate anymore, is she?
No, probably not.
She's not, Glenn.
Oh. Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
So we don't waste our time.
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Uh-huh.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
You're all here. Who's out looking?
Lizzie needed some air.
So she didn't go to tell Everett.
No one goes to tell Everard anything. He knows what he has to know. Fast.
Right.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
I'm sure. Where on the coast should I start looking?
Sure. There are some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked.
I've scouted around.
I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
Time to investigate.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
That would be important.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
Cool. So do you know what she's doing with Ulan frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What? I think she was joking, Angus.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies at a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
Yeah, worth putting an end to that. It was not going anywhere. It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
Oh, I'm gonna shake his hand. We have to be good about this. Shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
This won't go down well. But you should be a cop, Titus.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Yeah, something going on there. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I was planning to end this recording at 2 hours, and it's now been 3 hours, because I was like, look, you know, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of stuff happening. I couldn't just leave it. I couldn't just stop halfway through, and now it has cost me in my IRL life, because now I have a lot of editing to do and literally no fucking time to do it. So I don't know when this will go up. Hopefully... Let me do some mental math. Let's see. Either Saturday or Sunday, I suppose. I'm recording this on Wednesday, but I'm going to be away for 2 days. I'm away for 4 days next week, but this should be up before then. Almost guaranteed. But yeah, this is getting interesting. I know not a lot of people watch this series, because I guess most people here for like Project Moon and stuff like that, but this is getting very interesting. This is getting very fucking interesting. It was already very fucking interesting, and it's getting exceedingly more interesting. And I have no idea what way this is all going to go. There are so many different theories and possibilities permeating in my head right now, and I don't know which ones to believe and which ones to write off. We'll find out more as we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Majoko Maimon, Teacup of Doom, Adash Sanjeev, Alkia, Honeydew Corporation, Sweet Baby Red, MB Alias, Lord Skullington, Jessica T, Plutonium Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Leper Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Cow, The Frostbite, Monsoon, Swirled, Jumping with Joy, Warmaster Oku, SCP-106A, Namad, and KDT800 for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. There's a lot going on here right now. There are so many different angles to this. There are so many things to do. There are many places to check. We still need to, it'd be worth asking Classier about what happened, what I did, you know? I've got some cop honor. That's decent. I'm still more of a communist and ultra-liberal, and I don't really know what that means, but that's fine. I'm more super starved and sorry right now, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. And we still gotta go fight Kuno's dad, so that's a thing as well. But I guess that'll be next time, and pretty soon, because Kim will be going to bed soon, so we've got some business to take care of once he goes to sleep. And then the next day is gonna be real fucking interesting. But that's then. This is now. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. Whatever happens next time, any of those things, anything could happen. I can't predict what will happen in the next parts of these videos because they're nuts. All I can tell you is that whatever happens, I hope I see you there. Toodles, goodbye.